What's up, everybody? Happy Sunday. Cornerman underscore MMA, Ryan the Mighty Quinn here. No fights to break down today. It was outside of ONE FC. It was a pretty light MMA weekend as far as the major promotions are concerned. Congratulations, Demetrius Johnson. Big win over Adriano Moraes. We could totally see a trilogy happening there. Hopefully that happens stateside. A lot of good things coming out of one championship. So today, what are we doing? Now, this channel is, we shifted in a different direction. We're now going to focus on bridging the disconnect with the judges and judges' commissions to fight camps, as well as the fans alike, so we gain a better understanding, a better middle ground of what fight we are having, what mixed martial arts we are scoring. Now, before I forget, please like, subscribe, share, constantly stay updated with what we're working on. We're constantly progressing with the movement of seeing the proper changes as well as getting the proper knowledge on MMA scoring that we see fit. Like, subscribe, share. Feel free to comment too. It's live. I would love to discuss with you guys. So before we get into it, let's talk about what we're doing here. So mixed martial arts scoring criteria based on by the judges. It's not CompuStrike. Oh, and full disclaimer, we're not going to criticize anything today. We're just talking about what game of poker we are playing. We're talking about the rules for 5-card draw, the rules for selling down the river, whatever you have, what have you. We are strictly focusing on mixed martial arts scoring of the fights that we are watching today. That's it. The unified rules, that is it. No criticism, no discussion or debate right now against these rules. We're getting knowledge of the fight that we are having, the fight that we're having, fight that we are not watching. Wanted to say that multiple times over, so this could be referred to in case of any questions. Now, all right, we got to remember this before we get into any of the scoring, the specific criteria. We got to remember this is a giant tie-breaking system. We have main focal points, and if that isn't hit or both fighters hit X amount in that focal point, then we drop down a rung and we see if somebody won the next focal point. Okay, and then we keep going until we get a winner somewhere. It's like a constant game of going up the bat. So who's going to bat? How do we constantly break the tiebreakers to determine a winner? The one thing is, they try to make sure that it is still a fight. It's not point sparring, it's a fight. Got that in the mix. So let's see how we're going to break these tiebreakers, starting from the main focus and going down. I know we've spoken about this main focus many times. By the way, I'm reading this straight from the horse's mouth. The ABC website, rules and regulations. I'm reading it right from there, right from top to bottom on top of criteria. We're not going to go over the fouls or anything like that. Maybe that's something we could use another day. So, okay, judging criteria. We're going to start before we get into the analysis. We'll just read this. It's all important. All bouts will be evaluated and scored minimum of 3 judges, not 5, not 7, not 1. The 10-point must system will be the standard scoring of a bout. Now, I did a video on that. Go back and you can get my opinions on that with the 10-point must system. Under the 10-point must scoring system, 10 points must be awarded to the winner of the round and 9 points or less must be awarded to the loser, except for a rare or even round, which is scored a 10-10. So a draw round happens. Okay, so we're with the 10-point must system, and obviously there's 8. Well, let me just read. Judges shall evaluate mixed martial arts techniques such as effective striking/grappling. That's plan A. So it said striking/grappling, not striking or grappling. Striking and we're even. Effective aggressiveness. Okay. Striking/grappling. That's plan A. That's the first one. Effective aggressiveness. Plan B. That's interesting. Anyway. And control of fighting area. Plan C. Okay. So aggressiveness. Who's pushing the fight? Control of fighting area. Who's got the center of the cage? Who's controlling that area? That's up for debate again. We're not doing that today. I promise you. Plans B and C are not taken into consideration until Plan A is weighed as being even. Okay, so now there you have it. That's our first thing, stating that this is a tie-breaking system. I'll read it again. Plans B and C are not taken into consideration unless plan A is weighed as even. Okay. Okay. Now, let's go down. A, D. Okay. Evaluation shall be made in the specific order in which the techniques appear in above. Okay. Evaluation shall be made in a specific order in which the techniques appear in above, given the most weight in scoring to effective striking / grappling and effective aggressiveness and control of the fighting area. Okay. So there they say it. Evaluation shall be made specific order. So what order? It goes striking / grappling, aggressiveness, and then cage or controlling the center of the cage or controlling the fight. Okay. Next rung. Effective striking is judged by determining the impact / effect of legal strikes landed by a contestant solely based on the results of such legal strikes. Effective grappling is assessed by the successful executions and impactful / effective results coming from takedowns, wrestling, submissions, jiu-jitsu, judo takedowns too, achieving an advantageous positions, breaking guard to side control, mount, etc., and reversals, sweeps, switches. Effective aggressiveness means to aggressively make attempts to finish the fight. Okay, so then by reading that, it looks like grappling is effective aggressiveness, or submission techniques is deemed less than striking. But anyway, fighting area controlled is assessed by determining who has dictated the pace, place, and position of the bout. Okay, so that could be deemed as who's pushing forward, or that could be deemed as who is laying on the outside, landing more strikes, who's controlling the striking, or I guess the grappling, but that would be pulling guard. Yeah, there you go. The following objective scoring criteria should be utilized by the judges with the scoring round. A round is being scored as 10-10 round when both contestants have competed whatever duration of time in the round and there is no difference or advantage between either fighter, a tie. A round is to be scored by, as it's spelt wrong in here, it says around, like around the block. A round is to be scored as a 10-9 round when a contestant wins by a close margin, where the winning fighter lands the best strikes or utilizes effective grappling duration in the round. A round is to be scored as a 10-8 round when a contestant wins the round by a large margin by impact / dominance. Impact is also dominance. Impact is also damage. Keep that in mind. Dominance and duration of striking or grappling in a round. A round is to be scored 10-7 round when a contestant is completely dominated by impact, dominance, and duration of striking or grappling in a round. I don't think I've ever seen a 10-7 round in mixed martial arts. If I have, it's from somebody stalling. But usually the fight gets called before that by the refs. Safety first. Now here we have it. Here's the first tiebreaker. We did a video on this earlier this week. Let's check in. So we did something on this earlier last week. Oh, Mike Mazzulli just texted me. Mike Mazzulli, you must be. He doesn't like using what I posted. All right, Mike, I don't disagree with you on that. But it is on Google, and it does give a little bit of a diagram. I'll text you later, Mikey. So, all right. So first thing is impact / damage. Sorry, my bad. It was in the ladder. Oh no, don't worry, Mike. It's just I don't particularly like using it either, Mike. But some people do actually like it. They like the diagram reference. So all right, thank you, Mike Mazzulli, president of the ABC. So impact / damage. This is the top nuance. This is the main focal point. Okay. A judge shall assess if a fighter's impact, let's just call it damage. Like Andy said, it is what it is. It's impact, but I'm going to say damage. All right. Damage. A judge shall assess if a fighter is damages their opponent significantly in the round, even though they may not have dominated the action. Impact includes visible evidence such as swelling and lacerations. Impact shall also be assessed when a fighter's actions used in striking and or grappling lead to diminishing for the opponent's energy and confidence. Okay, that's important. Energy, it's not just the cosmetic stuff as I've been calling it. It's energy and confidence. Okay, Keep that in mind, and it does get scored. A lot of people think it's overlooked. Sometimes I feel it is as well, but it's in the rules, okay? And abilities of spirit, confidence. That's what I take that as. All of this comes from a direct result of damage/impact. When a fighter is impacted by strikes, by lack of control and or ability, this can create defining moments in the round and shall be assessed with great value. Okay, so there we have it. It's a damage game, as Andy Foster put it. We're looking to see who's diminishing the other person physically as well as mentally. And that does happen. Y'all know that happens. Hands on the hips, hands on the knees, heavy breathing, can't keep their hands up. That's why I always say keep my poker face. Even when I'm dead tired or hurt, I'm always saying keep this. I don't want to give the judges nothing to score. Keep that in mind, young fighters. That's why you got to be in shape because it gets scored. It physically, we just read it gets scored. Okay, dominance. Okay, this is what I like as a wrestler. Dominance. As MMA is an offensive-based sport, dominance of a round can be seen in striking when the losing fighter is forced to continually defend with no counters or reaction taken when openings present themselves. Dominance in the grappling phase can be seen by a fighter staking dominant positions in the fight and utilizing these positions to attempt fight-ending submissions or attacks. Okay, so there we see dominance. Grappling techniques are more scored as dominance, not damage. I think that's unfortunate. But anyway, I promise no opinions. I'm sorry. Merely holding a dominant position shall not be a primary factor in assessing dominance. That makes sense. So you can't just sit there and mount or in guard and just lay on top of them, lay and pray. Okay. Well, what the fighter does with those positions is what must be assessed. Okay, so is he passing? Is he punching from half guard? Stuff like that. In the absence of dominance, the grappling phase is set forth in paragraph 3 of the promulgated rules. To be considered dominant, there must be a singularity or in a combination, some types of submission attempts, strikes, or even overwhelming pace, which is measured improved or aggressive positional changes that causes a losing fighter to consistently be in a defensive reactive mode. Okay, that last part makes me think of BJ Penn versus George St. Pierre when George won, everyone felt BJ won. BJ really controlled the fight with heavy jabs. And he really won. It was arguably a 10-8 first round with the heavy jabs. That's what makes me think of that because that's pushing something. That's pushing some action. Okay? All right. Let's see here. Last piece. Duration. This is the last part of it. Duration is defined by the time spent by one fighter effectively attacking, controlling, and impacting their opponent. So think about somebody aggressively trying to hold them against the fence and baby strikes, takedown attempts, going up and down the ladder, as I call it, while the opponent offers little to no offensive output. A judge shall assess duration by recognizing the relative time in a round when one fighter takes and maintains full control of the effective offense. This can be assessed by both standing and grounded. Okay, so standing, like I said, this would be I'm charging you down. I'm trying to keep you against the fence, not really doing any heavy damage because it's not damage. This is further down the ladder. But I'm really making an attempt to make something happen in this fight. On the ground, I would say this is how you could win the fight off your back. Let's say the guy takes you down, he just lays on top of you. If you're constantly trying to push away and escape, landing some elbows, you're constantly trying to make something happen. That would start, that's duration, okay? That's you trying to make something happen when your opponent is not allowing anything to happen. They're not trying to score, they're not trying to defend, they're just trying to survive, okay? That's duration, okay? That's what I take that as. Types of decisions, we don't need to give that, All right, guys, that's what we got. We got a lot of really cool stuff coming up this week. I got Tisha Torres and Mike Brown coming on. Of course, we just did damage/impact last week. The next one would be dominance. We're going to break that down. I like that one a lot. All right, let me know what you think. Talk to you later. Bye.